Segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome, folks. Tom O'Brien, coming to you live. It's 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We come into the program and we get those natural gas numbers breaking on as we do. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Tom. How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. How you doing?
Good, man. Good.
How's beautiful St. Petersburg doing this morning?
It's doing great.
Perfect.
There's no doubt. We've been growling and prowling out here for quite a while.
I heard.
Natural gas. Well, here, market-wise, we have the Dow's down 14. You get the Nasdaq flat. S&Ps are off a couple. Let's go take a look at that natural gas market, Tom. So
yeah, I saw it flash across your news. Yeah, there you go. Rose 87 billion cubic feet was the number.
Yeah, and let's see what we have out here. Now, this number is, I have 311.
I can pull it up right now.
Oh, cool. Okay,
so,
great.
We're looking at the November contract, and currently we're trading at about 294.9, so call it 295, and that's only about down 1 penny, and give or take, it's jumping right back to that point. So relatively unchanged in about the minute and a half since we've gotten those news numbers. And maybe we'll see what that expected number was, but not too much of an action. Dropped a little bit, but kind of bouncing back, so pretty close.
Yeah, it looks like the expected number was plus 85 BCF, and we got plus 87, right?
Yeah, so pretty in line, for sure.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
JP Morgan this morning. So JP Morgan come out with numbers. JP Morgan right now is trading down 44 cents. Now, what's intriguing there is that, the banks, of course, I mean, they should be making money hand over fist. They are. But now the real question is going to be, what's their next leg up? And their trading revenue is down 27%. They put a huge amount of reserves for losses in their credit card and the autos. So I think the market's looking at that and say, bottom line, we might have to go sideways for a bit more before they basically get that next leg up.
And that was the fixed revenue bond trading was down 27%, not their entire trading revenue, I believe, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct. Hey, you know what's moving out here, which is really a trip? Snapchat.
Oh, is it?
So Snapchat yesterday, folks,
Look at that.
and it's an ABC structure on the way up. So check this out. This is pretty intense. Snapchat yesterday traded from 14.45 to 15.98, takes out a swing point, and that's saying that Snapchat wants to go up to 17.59, which is the low of May 11th. Now watch. This is what happened here. What happened is that you have a short position of 20%, so 1 out of 5 shares a short. They came out with the product, Tom, that it's going to be a feature that hotels, restaurants, destination shows, basically shows promise that they may very well get some advertising revenue. And what it is this. Let's say that you're at a restaurant, right? You're at a restaurant, and, people, bottom line, you like whatever food you're eating, quick Snapchat story, because Snapchat, folks, is basically video stories, right? I mean, that's how that works, right? So quick video story, they're sending it out. It looks like the market's thinking that, hey, they might be able to get some traction, advertising traction on this.
Interesting.
So,
I just pulled up an article as well, and so they were talking about in this article that Credit Suisse analyst Stephen Ju upped his price target to $20 from $17, reiterated his bull case in a note to investors Wednesday, largely based on raised daily active user estimate and technical changes that will improve advertising revenue. Probably talking a little bit about what you're talking about there as well.
Yeah, and then this morning, so what happened this morning, so picture, there's still a lot of bears in the stock, and this morning when you're actually looking at the option volume, the bulls and bears are fighting like crazy in the option market. It's like before 10 o'clock. This is it was basically, it was saying that, let's see, upside call options. Snap rallied to its highest price since July. Total option volume exceeded its 20-day average before 10 a.m. this morning.
Yeah, so and there's that Credit Suisse raising the price target as well, right in that same note that you're talking about. So I think this is putting a little fuel. So one thing that this analyst Jew projects, this I'm just reading one, I'll slide it over here for, Jew now believes Snapchat reached 78.2 million daily active users in North America during the third quarter, 3.2 million more than the previous quarter, which would account for an increase of revenue of 227 million for the quarter on a loss of 18 cents a share. But the interesting part, if you slide down here, Jew projects the company turning a profit in fiscal year 2022. What year are we in? 2017. They're not going to make any money for 5 years, and the stock's going way up. Now, listen, it goes further. With projected losses of $3.5 billion this year, and one reason for the outsized loss is the company's stock-based compensation, which awarded nearly $2 billion to executives and insiders once the company went public. And so with, you take those out, he says that Jew projects a $1.17 billion loss next year, which is almost just the, minus the $2 billion that they gave to their executives and the insiders, and they're going to lose, $1 billion, above $1 billion next year. And the problem is you can't be losing billions and not even growing, right? And that's where they're struggling to grow, and you can't be a company not making money, blowing through losses, and not putting up the type of growth that a company that's losing money should. As think about, everybody knows Amazon. Yeah, they weren't making money forever, but man, they were growing leaps and bounds every year in terms of. And they
didn't divvy up the public stock.
Well, yeah. In fairness, though, this is the first year they went public. I don't know. The first year Amazon went public, Bezos might have taken a good $1 billion for himself in the same. I would love to see those statistics before we dig into them, because my guess is that when Amazon went public, the insiders and the executives did well for themselves as well, but they were just growing leaps and bounds. Nobody cares, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, if the number's $2 billion, bottom line, they only have 811 million shares outstanding. Well, whatever it is, the bottom line is that.
I just mean, if you're growing, nobody cares. In real essence, that's a bigger factor. But Snapchat, even when they came out, that was a struggle their last quarter, that they weren't growing what they thought. And they're a brand new company in terms of what they need to grow for to kind of eclipse these types of losses. I mean, I like Snapchat. I use Snapchat. But the ads on there have almost no functionality in my perspective. So I struggle to see how they're going to be able to capitalize monetarily to that type of a degree.
Yeah, no, listen, I get that.
Kind of similar to like Twitter, right? Great product. It's going to be around forever. But Snapchat's almost a little bit different in that Twitter would be tough to replace because it's such a platform for people to kind of speak out, make their comments. They react to the public, whether it's not even talking about the president, but he's really put that on display where you can just kind of speak directly to the public, make your announcements, whatever you want to do. People that are in PR snafus, they turn to Twitter, make their announcement, make their apology, whatever it is. Snapchat's not even identical there. Facebook is stealing some of their stuff. Facebook has stories now at the top of their feeds. So they're in almost a little bit more heat than Twitter, and Twitter's a mess, as we all know. So,
pretty wild.
Pretty wild.
Let's go take a look inside the NDX 100, the strength versus the weakness out here this morning. Strength is Fastenal, that's up 2.2%. IDEX Pharmaceutical is up 1.9%. Alta Salon Tom's getting smoked again, down 6.8%. You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are going to be coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Be right back, folks.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped, and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow right now down 12. You get the Nasdaq off 2. S&P is off 2. And I see you get that oil chart. Lots of action out here this morning, Tom.
Gotta love it when we get 2 EIA inventories within 30 minutes, right?
Right.
So we had natural gas at 10:30, and of course oil now comes at 11 because of the Monday holiday. So we're waiting on those EIA numbers. Crude oil, I get that chart up. It had pulled back. It was as high as about 51 pre-market, like 3, 4 in the morning. Was down to almost $50.20 looking at the November contract, and now up to about $50.42. So I jumped around a bit just to bring where we went. So first I checked, of course, the 11 a.m.s don't work for what we're going for, because that's when the news comes, is at 11 a.m. when those expire. So I jumped into the 12 o'clocks. Now the 12 o'clocks have a pivot point of $50.25. Okay. The oil contract's currently trading at $50.40. So if you wanted to be a little bit bullish, you could get into that trade and be $15 to the positive side. You'd have an hour of expiration time after the news came. Now you can see that oil pulled back a bit. It was almost right at 50-50 as I started to look at this trade. So I pulled up the 2:30 trades, 8 till 2:30, $3 spreads going from 50-50 up to 53.50. So again, you're going to have about 11 cents of intrinsic value to the negative side. So a little bit bearish in this position, but just looking at how these line up, here's our positive trade on the left, going from 50-50 to 53.50. You'd be buying this, so that's the cheaper one, less expensive, $14 because you're out of the money. And then, of course, on the negative side, this is where you're going to have 14 cents of intrinsic value, so you're going to be paying more for that, and there you go. It's basically the $14 of intrinsic value plus a very similar amount of premium. So you're looking at about $41 or 41 cents away from that 50-50 price point is where you begin to break even on either direction. And again, you have that head start to the downside of about 14 pennies. So you're looking about 40 cents, maybe 42 cents away from 50-50. So anywhere from about 50-10 to 50-90 are the 2 points that you begin to break even. Not a bad trade when you have $3 of profit if oil starts to rock and roll. but a decent. Yeah. Especially,
no, it's not.
We've been getting some action in oil recently with $1 here or there very quickly, right?
Yo, no doubt.
Yeah.
And it's interesting here. So I'm not going to do that trade, the volatility trade, that is. But the way this looks like it's set up, I mean, it looks to me that this thing wants lower price out here this morning. So this will be interesting because 50-40, that's where we're at right now, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. And so looking at this, it almost looks to me like, that swing point down there is game, which is pretty intense. That's 49.10.
And where? Okay, what day is that? I'm just looking. October 6th.
October 6th.
Okay, 49.10. Yeah, that would be quite a move. That would be, $1. So 50-50 again is the pivot point. So 49.10, you're looking at $1.40, which would be $140. You're putting up about $41, $42 for both contracts. I mean, that would be an ideal trade, obviously, for sure. And it's nice. You have till 2:30, right? That would be nice.
Huge.
Yeah. And you're getting some commodity action. Dollar up 130 ticks, but that's been bouncing around a little bit.
And you just brought this up. I believe the WASDE report, we're going to get big action. The WASDE report comes out, I believe, at 11:30 Eastern time this morning.
Okay.
And what that does give you folks the agriculturals as to how much is out there, how much is going to be in storage, and that's the old Mr. Beeks.
That's right.
Mr. Beeks coming in with that suitcase.
One of our employees in the office was not aware of trading places and where Larry's music came from, and I had to give him a nice educational lesson a few days ago, and before I knew it, we had watched about a half hour of various clips of trading places because we just couldn't stop, man.
He's going to have so much fun.
Isn't
my
that
God.
amazing? I know. I said, oh, no, but now you got to see this part, Oh, but wait, let me show you this little quick, and just jumping around YouTube for all the fun. But the best part's in that commodities pit when I'm walking them through real quickly, how, they stole the commodity report. They think orange juice is going to go one way. They're letting the brothers, corner the market one way. They're waiting, and you have Dan Aykroyd sitting there, not yet. Wait. He goes, now, right? And then they start, That
is such a great movie, man.
It is. It is.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Too funny, man.
No, totally. So markets out here, we got them flat again. Bonds and notes and bonds. You get the note market up 2 ticks, the bond up 1. That's not bad for, basically the Fed's still saying that they're going to go up on rates in December.
Hey, you know what? So, just as I talk about this, not cutting you off, so I just Googled WASDE report, okay?
Okay.
And the second top story, how sometimes they'll have just web results that come up, but then news results come up if they're pertinent. And what's the second news story that pops up? Our man Andy Hecht on Seeking Alpha from 2 days ago talking about that WASDE report. So if anybody wants to read Andy Hecht, it's just that easy, man. Google WASDE report. He's the second news event, and he wrote an article on October 10th talking about that WASDE report, breaking down some action. So check him out, of course, and he'll be doing his show at 5 o'clock today. Pretty cool. I'm just clicking on them as I go, not even paying attention. It just says grains and other agricultural commodities pre-WASDE, and at Seeking Alpha, I didn't know what it was going to be. I click on it, and there's that beautiful picture of our man Andy Hecht, rocking and rolling.
I like it.
It is.
Big time.
It is.
Let's go take a look at the gold contract out here. So gold has caught a bid the last few days. Pretty nice here. We got the $12.99 last night. I believe it was $12.99 overnight. $12.99.80. You get 179,000 contracts. It's not bad.
Yeah.
And we got to build a little cause here to get through that downdraft from the 20th. And the thing that's amazing is that the lows of the 20th are $12.99.50. We made it to $12.99.80.
Okay.
And it's like, okay, isn't it amazing just like where those lines set up? I mean, the sellers just lay there.
Yep.
It's just how it goes, man.
Definitely.
But it's impressive. Let's go over to the dollar for a second, because it looks to me like the dollar is actually setting up a small ABC down inside a larger one. We're up 125 ticks here. You only have 10,000 contracts. That looks like it's setting up that it wants to go to the bottom again, which is 97.85. And if that's the case, the probability gets higher, that this might be a large ABC down to 88, which would just be a mind blower. I mean, it'd be like, okay, so why are we going to 88?
88 would be a big number, definitely.
88 would be a big number. And what was intriguing, folks, inside the bank earnings out here today, not so much J.P. Morgan. Jamie Dimon was saying, hey, if we get tax reform, we're going to definitely grow. Citigroup is like almost inside their press release. They're almost saying like they almost have to bank on a tax reform in order to grow. And so I thought that was really intriguing. I says, you don't want to bank as a public company on anything inside the government to grow, basically.
Sure, sure. So definitely.
We'll see where that does shake out.
Hey, how about Bitcoin? Have you seen Bitcoin this morning?
I haven't, but I heard.
It's up and above the 5,000 mark.
Yep.
And let's see if I still have it up.
There you go. 5,000.
Yep.
189, and it reached a high of 52.33.
Not bad.
And you know what this is saying? This is saying, I don't have the volumes, but it's saying technically, we'll do it as soon as we come back. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com. Educating investors. Learn how to trade options with swim lessons. Brought to you by TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. Next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Tommy O'Brien and Tom O'Brien. So let's jump into the world of Bitcoin as we're at 5184. I'm showing. What were you gonna jump into there?
That, okay, so I don't have volumes on these, but if you just took it as a pattern, okay, a technical pattern. This is saying if you take the top, which it broke today, 49.21, you take the bottom, which is $3,000. Well, it's 29.75. It's like, hey man, this thing can go to $7,000.
Okay.
It's going to be wild watching this. I was bringing this up actually on the program last night. But could you imagine? And if it's so check this out. This is like crazy. I was thinking about this morning.
Hey,
it's like
we were just at 3,000 3 weeks ago, right? And so it's up, 7,000 percentage-wise is nothing compared to going from 3,000 to 5,200 in 3 weeks.
Right. And
Yeah.
if we go back, so watch this. I'm going to go to January 1st. January 1st, I have January 2nd, actually. It was $992.
Not bad.
Is that crazy?
Quite a trade.
It's unbelievable. And,
We'll see if it stays. Go ahead.
And what also happened, J.P. Morgan,
Yeah.
Jamie Dimon, of course, who said this is a fraud, right? Guess what? They weren't backing down on this today. I was listening to I was reading the conference call.
Okay.
They were live, and the CEO said, well, they're looking if it got regulated, they'd be all over it. So
I also
bottom line
saw
is
that he said he's not going to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, there you go. He can't. Because guess what? The money's too big. They're going to be in it. They're going to be in it. The
Right.
banks are going to be in it. The banks can't stand if something's taken off and they're not in it.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Oh, you stay right there, folks. We got our man, Mr. we got the swim lessons coming up next, and of course Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave White, myself, and of course our man, Mr. Andy Heck. WASD report coming up. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Have a great one, folks.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.